Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Viking Wizard. I'm currently recovering because as I said in one of the previous videos, I went to Bloodstock Open Air. So I was going to Bloodstock Open Air, but now I've actually been, and it's been an incredible experience, some ups, some downs and everything like that. So this video is basically me talking about Bloodstock. I managed to get the thing off my arm quite easy. So they're easy to get off, and I got it off without breaking or snapping a thing, so that'll go in my collection with all my other festival stuff. And I may at some point get a jacket and just sew them on or something like that of all the festivals I've been to, which is cool. But yeah, there will be a separate video on my merch haul because I've got a lot of merch to show you from Bloodstock Open Air. But I spent like 200 or something like that. But I'm just going to tell you about my experience. To start off, I nearly never went to Bloodstock Open Air, purely because I planned something with a friend and he said we get the train down, we're going to get a taxi and we're going to do all that sort of stuff, and he planned it all, and I was going to meet him at the train station. When I got up the Wednesday, because I was going after work, and as usual I got on my bike, I cycled all the way to work, 7.5 miles. I got there and I sat there having a cup of tea before I started work. The next minute he sent me a message and said, "Hey dude, I just thought I'd let you know, so one of my friends has offered me a lift to Bloodstock," which was like, oh, okay. So they've offered me a lift, and I'm going to be getting a lift off my friend, but the 2 power bricks that you said you were going to borrow me, I'll still borrow them. And left me his number. I didn't reply to his number because I was pretty angry and pretty like pissed off, because I thought, hang on, we planned everything for Bloodstock and the next minute that happens and I've got to make my own way. So I was well annoyed. So I thought to myself, because I'd already got the Wednesday early access pass to get there the Wednesday, so I thought to myself, I've got a choice. I either just leave it to I either book the coach and then I just go the Thursday, or I make my own way after work. So I got back to mine after work. I cycled all the way home very quickly. I got the train, and I got an early train, and then I got all the way to Birmingham, and my phone obviously wasn't the best and I couldn't find my Bloodstock Open Air ticket, but I found it in my emails because I got an important document. I got the train to Birmingham, then I got it to Burton-upon-Trent, and then I got a taxi, and that was like 17 quid, which wasn't too bad, and it dropped me outside the festival. And then somebody I've been dating, she picked me up because we decided we are going to do Bloodstock Open Air together. So she picked me up, and I couldn't find for the love of God anywhere my early access ticket. It wasn't in my emails or nothing. I'm not sure where it was. I was not happy, so I went to the box office, and luckily they just said, "Give me your address," and then they printed it off for me, which was cool. So I got in there, and tent was set up, all that sort of stuff. Sat down, had a bit of food, relaxed. Anxiety slowly went away because I panicked with everything, thinking I'm worried about this and worried about that, and it was bad. But I nearly never went, but I'm glad I went. And then luckily the Wednesday there's no bands on, so the whole night they had in the, I think it was Valhalla or wherever it was, actually it was camped in Valhalla. In one of the campsites, I think it was a party camp, they had a massive TV on, and I was showing the Pick of Destiny, Tenacious D. Went to Fat Frank's, picked up a few things because it's some store there, Fat Frank's, where you get your festival stuff like blow up chairs, pillows and all that sort of stuff. And I just went to Fat Frank's, grabbed the essentials, what my date had pre-ordered, a load of stuff. So we went and all grabbed that, and we decided to go back to the camp. And because I'd been working all day and cycling 15 miles to and from work, I was absolutely knackered, so I just crashed and chilled. Thursday was good because we had most of Thursday, so I could just have a lie in, catch up on sleep and all that sort of stuff. And then the Thursday, I think it was like 5 o'clock, the main gates open, because there was, I believe it was 4 bands that was on the Thursday. So there was 4 bands, so I got to see the 4 bands. Now there was a band called South of Salem. I didn't see them because before Bloodstock, what I normally do is I make a list of every band that's playing Bloodstock, the list of everyone, and I'll put exactly what the genre is. So say like death metal, black metal, power metal, symphonic metal, and all that sort of stuff. And then off that list, I know which bands on that list that I want to see and which ones to pass on. because like there was a couple of bands that are like UK deathcore, and I'm not a fan of deathcore, and I'm not really into my core. I don't really listen to it other than Trivium, Killswitch Engage, and I didn't mind a bit of Parkway Drive. Other than that, core's not my thing. I've just never really been into it. So yeah, I just made a list of the bands that I was seeing that I wasn't, and there was loads, and I discovered some new bands purely because of me doing that. So I made a list of all the bands that I wanted to see. I've got a full list here of everyone. So Haxon, they're a Welsh rock trio. They didn't sound that bad. It's more like the old school rock and roll and that sort of stuff, which I quite enjoyed. I thought that they were pretty good, and I thought I'm going to add them to the list of bands that I need to sit and dip into and actually give them a go. Then there was Hellripper. These are Scottish black / speed metal. Wasn't too bad. I thought the sound in the, I believe it's the Sophie tent, the sound for some reason with some bands were a bit off for some reason. I wasn't sure if it was the tent or if there was just technical difficulties, but they were pretty good, and I thought I need to check them out. But I'm not sure if it's a band that I'd constantly listen to and have in my playlist a hell of a lot, but they're pretty good, so I've added it to the needs to check them out when I have a moment. Nervosa, there was on the main stage, Brazilian death / thrash, and I'd seen them and I thought they were great. My good friend Martin George Watkins, he loves them, so yeah, I seen them and I thought they were cool. There was a doom band called Grand Magus, and I didn't see them. Was gutted. I wanted to see them. I've already seen them once, but I couldn't see them purely because they were clashing. So there was a lot of clashes. It's like I didn't see the band Rotting Christ purely because of band clashes. But it's annoying when there's too many bands on and you've got to choose. Then there was Clutch. They're American rock, and to be honest, I actually seen them, and a few people asked me what did I think of Clutch, and I was completely honest with them, and I said they were flat. I found them absolutely boring. They just, for some reason, it just wasn't my cup of tea. Somebody said that it depends where you're sitting in the arena, because if you're sitting at a certain side or standing, it sounds, the sound is better with the wind and all that sort of stuff, but they were flat. And I caught the last 40 minutes of their set. I didn't see the full set because I was seeing another said band. So when I caught the last of the set, purely because after Bloodstock Open Air, after the set of the band, after the set of Clutch, they were announcing 19 bands for next year, and I've seen all the 19 bands, and one of them I jumped up for joy, and that's All for Metal, which are brilliant. I know you're getting Opeth there again, Machine Head and Trivium, which are there like every 2-3 years, which I've not seen any of them for. I missed what was it now? What was the band now? It's gone. I missed Gajira. That was the headlining band. I missed Gajira the last time they were there, purely because I was in the Sophie tent and I wanted to see Orphan Land. I really wanted to see him, so I stood at the front for the barrier for Orphan Land and missed Gajira purely because of that. But yeah, next year I'm definitely finally going to get to see him. Then there was Flogging Molly, which are like Celtic or Celtic Irish punk. Not my thing at all. I'm not into the whole punk and the you know, the drinking Guinness and all that sort of stuff. It's just really not my cup of tea. I gave them a go. My date, she was I spent the weekend with, she actually really enjoyed them. They're one of her favourite bands. We sat there and ate some food. I caught about 2-3 songs, and I thought I'm heading back to the tent to go and relax because just doesn't really do me, and I thought it's not my thing at all, so I left her to enjoy it, and she said it was absolutely fantastic, which cool. Glad she enjoyed it, but just not something that I'm into. So everybody seemed to be having a wicked time, which I thought cool. The people that love it, good, but just wasn't for me. Then there was Korpiklani and their Finnish folk. They was on the Sophie stage. And the first time I'd seen Korpiklani was 2014, and they were backing Sabaton on the Heroes Tour, and they were dreadful. They were flat. The sound was awful and everything. And I remember posting it about, and quite a few people had seen them in, I think it was Manchester, London, and some other dates, Glasgow and stuff, and they actually said to me that they were flat on that tour for some reason. They were dreadful. Now at Bloodstock, they were absolutely fantastic. The sound was brilliant. They played all the songs I wanted to. They played Happy Little Boozer, Vodka, all the great songs, some stuff off the current studio album, which was cool. So yeah, they were great live, and I thought I'd definitely see them again. But it's just one of them. Some bands you'll see them, they'll be flat. You'll see them again a second time. They'll be great. I don't think there's any band that I've seen, like, say, several times that have been rubbish every time. I remember when I seen PowerQuest, I've seen them that many times, and on one show that I seen them, there were it was just the sound was off, technical difficulties, so I didn't really enjoy it. But other than that, I've loved them every time. Then there was SOEN, I think that's Soen, Swedish progressive metal. Now what I heard of them, and I thought these sound pretty cool, I'm gonna have to give them a go. So really enjoyed that. I thought they're a band added to my list, so I've got a separate list because I've got bands I wouldn't mind checking out, I've got bands I need to check out, and ones that I really need to check out. So they're in a band that I definitely need to check out. Then there was Night Flight Orchestra. They're Swedish. It says AOR classic hard rock. Now I listened to them and I thought they're not too bad, but imagine like ABBA meets metal, something like that. And I thought that was okay, and I thought they're not a band I'd just go out my way and jump on them and listen to virtually and collect all their stuff, because I believe I did an unboxing video of one album on my YouTube channel and I listened to it and I thought it wasn't too bad, but it's not a band I go jumping and screaming about. So maybe later on at some point I will dip more into them, but not too bad. I give them respect for their performance, because they did put on a good performance. Then there was a band called Datus, and Datus, a UK black metal. Not too bad. I need to literally sit down with them and go through their catalogue, because I thought cool, and I've seen a load of people enjoying themselves. I recognise one or two songs because I've actually gave a couple of songs a listen in the past. So yeah, they're a band to watch out for. Then there was Satyricon, Norwegian black metal. Now after a month and a half they were on, and I was having problems with my foot and I was in pain and whatnot, so I was walking towards the Sophie tent. I caught like part of the song and I thought I need to listen to them, part of the song, and I thought I really want to see them live, but my foot was really bad, so I had to give them a miss and walk back to the tent and rest my foot. I was gutted. I really want to see them, but obviously my health comes first, and I believe it's something I've got called policeman's foot or some rubbish like that. It's when you're on your feet for like, somebody was telling me, a few guys and a few people at Bloodstock, it's when you're on your feet for 8 hours a day, constantly on your feet. And it's like wearing a certain pair of trainers, and say you've worn them for like several years, eventually the heel on the trainers just wear down. It's something like that in my foot, and you can get specific trainers and specific like insoles and that sort of thing. So I've got to look into that and do my research just so to protect my foot. Then there was Halifron, they're Dutch melodic death metal. Absolutely incredible band. There's the album that I'm going to be unboxing. That turned up like a few days before Bloodstock. As I said in a video, I've made a list of every band that was on that bill, so I know which bands to check out. And then it said melodic death metal, Dutch melodic death metal, and I thought definitely piqued my interest. So I gave a couple of songs a listen. Just from the 2 songs, I pre-ordered the album. October, as the vocalist said on stage, there's a new studio album coming out, and I was like, yes, a brand new album, because that one's brilliant. I haven't listened to the vinyl version yet, but I've listened to the digital to and from work, and their performance was outstanding. So if you like your melodic death metal, you've got to give that a listen. If you like At the Gates, Arch Enemy, I'm on a Bath, Dark Tranquility, trying to think of some of the other bands now, all that sort of stuff. If you like your melodic death metal, then I'd give them a listen, because they are brilliant. Then we have Wolf, they're Swedish heavy / speed / power. I have listened to them in the past. I've listened to quite a few of their songs. I've just never got anything physical. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to go and sit and see them live. And when I watched their performance, that was one of my highlights of the festival. Incredible band. Definitely going to be getting their stuff. I've already looked on eBay at shirts and their back catalogue, because yes, definitely. I've already added like several of their songs to various playlists that I've got on Spotify, and then I'll be getting their stuff physically, so I can't wait to fully dip into them. What a great band. I love them. Then we have Eternal Champion. They're from the US. They're more traditional metal. That was probably my band of the festival, or one of the bands of the festival. I finally got to see them live. They played quite a lot of their back catalogue. the singer jumped in the crowd, and when they first came on, they were playing. The intro song was Manowar Fighting the World, and the guitarist had a Manowar shirt on, which obviously they're big Manowar fans. But if you love Manowar, say Tail Gunner, and you like all the traditional stuff, Siri Fungal and whatnot, you're definitely gonna love that band. So give them a listen. I do have their shirt, and I've got one studio album on vinyl and CD. I've just got to get the rest of them. Then we have Awake by Design, UK melodic metal. I've seen them about 8 times. Last time I seen them, I think it was at Gifford Arms. Had a good chat because I'm friends with, what's his name now? It's just gone straight out of my head, but I'm friends with the vocalist. And I've been sending him like unboxing videos and all that sort of stuff. And then we've been chatting. He thanked me for seeing him, and brilliant band. If you like melodic stuff, I'd recommend them. I've seen them in like Wolverhampton about 6 times and various other places, but they're well worth listening to. Then we have Beast in Black, Finnish power metal. They're incredible. That was like my 7th time, and I nearly lost my voice during them. They opened up with Blade Runner, which is fantastic, and they played one of my favourite songs, Blind and Frozen. I would have loved to have heard Zod the Immortal and also the title track of the band, Beast in Black, but obviously because I only played a 40-minute set, which was like 7 songs, which is a shame. But Blade Runner, One Night in Tokyo is absolutely a fantastic song. If you haven't seen them, they're great. If you like your 80s synths and all that sort of stuff, and the 80s pop and whatnot, and say mix that with power metal, speed and all that sort of stuff, and say some of the hair stuff, you're going to absolutely love them. They're fantastic. The turnout for them was brilliant. Quite a few people have not heard of them, and then they came away as fans, which I thought was cool. Then there was UK melodic death metal Carcass, which I really enjoyed them. I stood at the back, and funny thing, I was sat next to my good friend Martin, who's also, he had a foot problem, so he had to go to hospital during Bloodstock, which I was completely worried about him, that he was going to miss bands, but I'm glad he's seen him. Actually seen Carcass, loved them. And then I think I just moved left, or was it right, a few feet, and the next minute I heard, oh, that's John, from his partner, and the next minute he cobbled me with his crutches that he had, and I couldn't believe it. I'd seen the whole set, and he was right there, sat next to me. I was like, Jesus Christ, that was cool, dude. So we had a good catch up. I saw his foot, I asked him how he was, made sure he was okay, because he's a really good friend. But when I first seen him at Bloodstock, typical Martin, he was wearing a Hawaiian shirt with cats on it, and I was like, dude. And I said to him, there's something down there perfect for you. And he said, yeah. And I said, it's a bin to put that shirt in, because I wouldn't be seen dead in Hawaiian shirts. But it was brilliant. He loves wearing them. He's got all these dash shirts. Yeah, I've sent him Hawaiian shirts with the ones with all the bands on, like the one full of all death metal bands, and he said he wouldn't wear it. He said it's a bit too tacky, but I told him I wouldn't wear it. There's one reason I wouldn't wear it, because it's got all the bands on there, and there's some bands I don't know about. So say you're wearing that, and somebody's like, oh, cool, there's a, say, just for instance, because I love Death, say there's a Death on there, and you didn't know them, or say Carcass or something, and you don't know the band, or At the Gates, just for instance, and they're like, oh, whoa, At the Gates on there, they're brilliant, what's your favourite album? And you're like, I don't know much about them. That's why I probably wouldn't wear it, because if I loved every band on there, yeah, I'm hoping one day they do a power symphonic full of all power metal / symphonic metal, then that may be a reason for me to wear a Hawaiian shirt. But yeah, other than that, I wouldn't be seen dead in one, because I just think they're bloody idiots. But he loved it. We had a great laugh over it. Then there was the headliner for Sunday, Amon Amarth, Swedish melodic death metal. Incredible. The setlist was awesome. Getting to hear him play Crack the Sky, because his setlist was different from when I seen him in Wolverhampton. I seen all the rowing pit, the massive rowing pit. I didn't get in joining the rowing pit purely because of my foot, because I thought, I know me, I probably won't get back up. But brilliant. The Way of Vikings. Then I obviously ended off, when they ended Crack the Sky, I thought that was the very last song, and then they walked off stage, because then he said thank you, and I thought, oh, I didn't know they were going to play that, because I thought it was going to be like Raise Your Horns, but they played that earlier in the set, and then obviously they finished with Twilight of the Thunder God. But yeah, I thought they was going to open up with Guardians of Asgard, but they didn't, because they opened that in Wolverhampton. But yeah, Ravens Fly is a brilliant song, but yeah, They played some earlier stuff and some middle of their own later stuff, but Put You Back Into the Ore was a song and it was going to be in the set list because everybody was rowing backwards and forwards to it, which was cool. There was a few bands, I believe Flogging Molly, there was a small like rowing pit and a couple of other bands, but supposedly Bloodstock Open Air was the very first show where that actually happened. The festival was the birthplace of the rowing pit, which Johanna Haig from My Man and Half mentioned during the set, which I thought, wow, that's absolutely cool that was the birthplace of the rowing pit. Then there was Assonville, UK rock and roll, and I think that was the early midday Sunday or something. I seen them in Stoke, done a video on them, review, unbox their albums and everything. Absolutely fantastic song. They played all the songs that I wanted to hear. They also done a cover of Motorhead, Born to Rock and Roll, purely because Bloodstock, it was the anniversary festival of Lemmy, so there was a lot going on. The metal, the museum and the art gallery thing had a lot of stuff to do with Lemmy. They had his setup, so he had his chair that he sat in, his fruit machine and all that sort of stuff, so it was all on show, and I got loads of photos. You got his bass, his amps and all that sort of stuff, which was very touching, so that was absolutely fantastic. But yeah, Assonville, if you love Motorhead, you're definitely going to see them. During the thing, I was wandering around, and the vocalist, who is my good friend, who his name has literally just gone straight over my head, I took a photo with him. We had a little chat. I said thank you for the set. He said thank you for coming along and all that sort of stuff. Knowing me, I'd get ready, or should I say, I would have done this video and then his name would come straight to my head. But I think I need to make notes of members and that when I do videos, just because things go straight over my head or comes. Soilosis was next, UK mellow death metal that was on the Sophie stage. I went to see him. I couldn't get in purely because of it was ram-packed, and I stood outside. I could still hear it, but I heard like 3 songs. There was bad technical difficulties and they stopped the set or something, and my foot was really hurting, and I thought, you know what, I've seen Soilosis before Bloodstock Open Air and they were great. I think it was the main stage I've seen them. I was actually for Soilosis, I finally get to see them, and I was standing watching, I can't remember the band, but a guy was wearing a shirt from like 2-3 Bloodstocks ago, and Soilosis was on there, and I thought, oh, so I have seen them, which was cool. So yeah, there was technical difficulties, so I went back to the tent and I thought I'd give the rest of the set list a miss, which I would have liked to see them, but obviously my health comes first. Then there was, I think it's called Ignea, melodic metal. What I heard of them, they didn't sound too bad. I thought a band, yeah, I'll dip into them when I get a moment, but not too bad. Then there was Unleash the Archers, Canadian power metal. I sung my tits off to them. They played all the songs, Awakening and all the ones I wanted. The only downside about it, because I moved to one side, because there's that many crowd surfers that you couldn't fully enjoy it because you were going to get kicked in the head and all that sort of stuff, but too many crowd surfers for my liking. That's why I stand to the side. It seems to be the middle where the crowd surfers come down. So certain bands I know to stand to the side. Then I finally got to see UF Death Metal Legends Deicide. Incredible. Scars of the Crucifix, Dead by Dawn, all the great songs. The only thing they didn't play, which I know they dropped from their set and haven't played in years, is Bible Basher, which is my favourite Deicide song. But they played all the songs that you want to hear, and there was some deep cuts and all that sort of stuff, which was brilliant. So finally got to see them. I was worried because every time they've done Bloodstock, I think it's like 3 times before they've pulled out last moment. So I was gutted every time, but I'm finally happy that I got to see them. Then we have Tail Gunner. There was on the Thursday, UK traditional metal. The album's brilliant. If you like your traditional, your classic stuff, if you like Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, you like Accept, Gravedigger and all that classic Manowar, the traditional stuff, Sylvia Fungal, all that sort of stuff, you're going to absolutely, Eternal Champion, you're going to love the band. Definitely check them out. I do want to see them again. I've got their debut album, incredible. You must listen to them. Then there was Evergrey, their Swedish progressive metal / prog power. I've seen them about 4 or 5 times. I was down the front and they played quite a lot of their new studio album, and then they played their classics. It was brilliant. You got the odd crowd surfer, but yeah, I've seen them that many times. They're great, and I'd see them every time. They're doing a UK tour this year, so I think it's October or something like that, or December or something, so I've got to check if there's any dates near me or if I can get to anything, but I definitely want to see them live again. Enslaved, prog / black metal. I saw them and I thought I really want to see them live. I found them dreadfully boring and flat. I just don't know why. There was something about the set. I don't know if it was just because my foot was hurting or it's just too hot or something, but I nearly fell asleep and I was like, I love the band, but for some reason just the set was dreadful. It was just me. Don't know what it was, but I thought I'm definitely going to see them again. So if they're supporting another band, I'll see them again. If they're at Bloodstock again, which more than likely they'll be back, I'll give them another go. But just for that performance, it just wasn't that impressed. But I definitely want to check them out again. I usually give a band, say, 3 times live. Before 3 times I see them various places, they're dreadful. Probably won't go out my way to see them again. But if they're at a festival, there you go, I can see them again. But I definitely want to see them again and check them out to see if they're better than the performance that I saw. And the final band which closed the thing, which was Opeth, and their Swedish progressive metal. Bloody brilliant. If you don't know much about them, you'll love them. They do, some songs they do their death growls and some songs they do normal clean vocals, but brilliant. They did the encore, which is for one of their songs, which I believe is like a 30-minute track or 20-something minute track, which was brilliant. And you mentioned the name of the song. I made a note of it so I can actually listen to it, because with Opeth, I've listened to their stuff. I'm not a massive fan, knows all their songs and that sort of stuff. I know various songs and I've got a couple of albums to listen to, which the guy that I used to flat share with, he was getting rid of a load of albums and he's got like special editions or something like that, and he traded me a load of these standard editions, so I checked them out and they're not bad what I've heard, and I thought I need to fully crack them open. But yeah, that performance was brilliant. I'd definitely see them again. They're playing at the Birmingham Symphony Hall, I think it's later this year, with what was the band now? The band are on this list. No, there wasn't on this list. The band Grand Magus, that's who's supporting them, which I'm like, oh whoa, so that's 2 bands in one go. And I thought, yeah, I'm gonna see if I can try and get to that. So yeah, that was my Bloodstock Open Air Festival. Getting back was easy because my date there, her family, her mother picked her up, so they dropped me off at the train station, which was, I can't remember the train station now near theirs, but they dropped me off at the train station, and then I just got the train home. And when I got in, it was one of them. I put a load of washing on, as you do, and I left it on, and then I just sat on my sofa bed, and then that was it. I virtually most of the day napped. Today has just been recovering, because I'm still recovering and absolutely shattered. I've had like 2 naps so far, and I've managed to go food shopping and get a few things done. So before the festival, I just do everything around the flat. So then when I come back from the festival, the only thing I've got to do when I get back here, the only thing I've got to worry about, any housework or anything like that, is just stuff that I've got back from the festival. So I put my washing away and put everything where it's got to go. So I hope you all enjoyed that festival experience for Bloodstock Open Air. In these shorts, I'll be uploading the live stuff that I've recorded. It's only like a minute and something of each band, so you get to see the experience and of my experience for Bloodstock Open Air. So I hope you all enjoyed this. I hope the video wasn't too long. If you are new to this channel, if you would like to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that fantastic stuff, because it's mainly unboxing videos I do. But then I do latest haul, gig reviews, album reviews, all that sort of stuff. I'm going to be doing a, as I said, the next video, which I'll be posting up, is my latest haul. I've got a load of stuff here. So it's my Bloodstock haul. And then I've just got some stuff turned up, some CDs and vinyl. So I'll be doing a separate latest haul on that, rather than just all in one. So that'll be more videos from my YouTube channel. So hope you'll enjoy this, and I'll catch you in the next one. So Viking Wizard signing off. Have a good one, and see you later.